Most Indian investors don't fail because they didn't know enough. They fail because they believed the wrong things. Our guest today has spent decades challenging those exact beliefs. Saurabh Mukherjee is the founder and CIO of Marcellus Investment Managers and India's most respected voices when it comes to long term, quality focused investing. He is widely known for his work on coffee can investing, where he makes a strong case for patience, discipline, and owning businesses for a long period of time. In today's episode of Money Without Myths, we'll break down a few core concepts, challenge a few deeply held assumptions, and understand what actually works in investing. Saurabh, welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you with us.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Deshna.
For this conversation, I'll represent a typical Indian salaried middle-aged professional who understands the basics of finances, but a little underconfident when it comes to executing investment strategies.
Sure.
There's absolutely no dearth of information, but what I do lack is clarity, and time is always scarce.
Sure.
Right? So, the format is first, I think we could start by aligning on a few foundational concepts. The first question that comes to mind is, what is wealth creation to you? Is it peace? Is it returns? How do you think about it?
I think wealth creation is anything which helps me make progress towards my life goals, right? So for most middle-aged professionals, and I'm no different, life goals were give the children an overseas education, help them study in a good university abroad through the undergrad years. And once that is done, focus on significant retirement corpus for my wife, myself, and through all of this, through getting the children educated abroad, and through saving up for our retirement, make sure that you own your own residential property, and get your mortgage paid as early in life as possible, right? So most middle-aged professionals in India will have some mixture of this, right? बच्चों की पढ़ाई, retirement corpus, own your house. Some might also have some corpus set aside for bachcha's wedding, right? And anything which helps you make tangible progress towards these goals year upon year, I think counts as progress in your investment portfolio. It doesn't mean that you have to compound at 25% or 30%. Even 10% compounding towards these goals on a steady basis takes you towards where you want to be in life.
Right, I think you articulated it very clearly. Like you said, a combination of these goals, right, would actually mean wealth creation, and achieving those goals would take us further in that direction. So, आज अगर कोई पहली बार अपनी बात सुन रहा है, I would want you to just help them understand what is coffee can investing.
तो देखिए, जब हमने किताब लिखी, राइट, 2017 में वी रोट कॉफी कैन इन्वेस्टिंग, 18 में पब्लिश हुई थी. एट दैट टाइम लोगों को क्लैरिटी नहीं थी बोथ ऑन देयर गोल्स पीस एंड ऑन हाउ टू रीच दैट, राइट? दो अलग अलग पहलू हैं निवेश के. पहला, आपका मकसद क्या, व्हाट आर योर गोल्स इन लाइफ, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आर यू सेटिंग आउट टू अचीव हियर, राइट? I don't think until we came along and wrote that book, too many people had thought about that aspect or articulating that aspect as clearly as we have suggested in Coffee Can Investing, right? So Coffee Can Investing then said, पहले तो आपने अपने goals identify कर लिए. Now create a high quality portfolio of maybe 2 dozen stocks, right? 12 से 25 stocks के बीच में एक high quality portfolio बनाइए, and वो बना के उसके ऊपर patiently बैठे रहिए. राइट, डोंट वरी अबाउट मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है, आज का फैड और फैशन क्या है, प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप ने येस्टरडे क्या ट्वीट किया, आरबीआई ने क्या घोषणा की, यूनियन बजट में क्या होने वाला है, ये सारी चीज़ें नॉइज़ हैं. फोकस कीजिए ऑन 12 से 24 हाई क्वालिटी स्टॉक्स, बाय देम एंड सिट पेशेंटली and watch as your wealth grows over 5, 10, 15, 20 years and takes you closer to your goals, right? So ये concept हमने USA से उठाया था. रॉब कर्बी नाम के एक मशहूर फंड मैनेजर है, who passed away unfortunately in 2016, but 1970s में रॉब कर्बी जी ने एक पेपर लिखा था जो अर्ली 80s में पब्लिश हुआ था पब्लिकली, पूरी दुनिया को हासिल हुआ था वो पेपर. कॉफी कैन इन्वेस्टिंग पेपर का नाम था. एंड ही केम अप विद दिस आइडिया कि हैंडफुल ऑफ अच्छे स्टॉक्स खरीदिए, और द कॉफ़ी कैन इज़ कॉफ़ी के यूएस के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में कॉफ़ी के टिन में डालिए, टिन को बंद कीजिए, बिस्तर के नीचे घुसा दीजिए और 15-20 साल छोड़ दीजिए, 20 साल बाद आप खोल के देखोगे कि टिन के अंदर जो स्टॉक्स हैं वो आपको वेल्दी बना दिए हैं। तो उस कॉन्सेप्ट करबी साहब का है, हम उसको हमने इंडियनाइज किया था कॉफी कैन इन्वेस्टिंग में।
I have a few follow-up questions about this. I'll just tie it up to the next one. इंडिया में आ गया है, अपन लोग सब actively use कर रहे हैं. I have noticed a lot of people brainstorm with LLMs to understand what exactly should be their investing strategy. I myself did it, and I gave up on it pretty early on because I realized that at some point it starts hallucinating. On the Marcellus Investments website, right, I see a very clear funnel on how you boil an ocean of 5,000 plus stocks to reach the top 15, 20, right? With AI coming into the picture, has this funnel gone a fundamental change, or how do you explain the impact of how are you leveraging it?
So it's interesting, right? Rob Kirby didn't talk about using AI to identify coffee can stocks. Neither did we in our 2018 book, partly because AI wasn't around then. But now that AI is around, would I use AI to do this? I don't think so, right? Because it's reasonably easy, not just to consider AI hallucinations, but it's also easy to game this. So if I was a promoter in India who's read Coffee Can Investing, आई विल से दैट देखो बॉस, सौरभ चाहता है कि 15% ROC हो और सौरभ चाहता है डबल डिजिट रेवेन्यू ग्रोथ हो, तो इन दोनों चीज़ों को गेम करके अपने आप को घुसा देते हैं सारे कॉफी कैन पोर्टफोलियोज में, एंड दैट्स नॉट समथिंग यू एंड आई विल वांट, राइट? सो इट्स स्टिल वर्थ डूइंग द बेसिक अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क टू identify anywhere between 12 to 24 high quality compounders. And what we tend to do is, पहला लेयर है फोरेंसिक अकाउंटिंग. सो जो कंपनी शरारत करते हैं अपने नंबर्स के साथ, नॉटी नंबर्स छापते हैं, उनको हम पिक्चर से निकाल देते हैं. सो करीबन 40% ऑफ इंडिया, 40% ऑफ द इंडियन मार्केट इज इन द नॉटी नंबर्स कैटेगरी, राइट? दे आर व्हाट आई वुड कॉल सब इन्वेस्टमेंट ग्रेड listed entities. Many of them are, by the way, very popular stocks of the last 5 years. So some of the most popular stocks of the last 5 years, I would say, are sub-investment grade companies where the accounts don't really stack up with any sense of reality. So out of BSE 500, around 300 stocks make it through the forensic filter. The second filter to consider is, have you got healthy profitability and healthy growth, right? Profitability क्यों चाहिए? Because profitability is the खुराक, is the raw material which finances future growth. So if you have minimum 15% pre-tax ROC, तो आपके पास पैसे बन रहे हैं, तो आप कंपनी उस पैसे को री इन्वेस्ट करके ग्रोथ इंजन को भगा सकता है. एंड ग्रोथ क्यों चाहिए? बिकॉज ग्रोथ के बिना आपकी मेरी रिटायरमेंट या बच्चों की पढ़ाई फाइनेंस नहीं होने वाली, राइट? So a company could be clean, but if it's low growth, then it's no fun. So once we do this, right, we end up with a universe in India of around 50 stocks, जहाँ पे growth और return on capital ढंग के नजर आ रहे हैं, right? And from that, you then have to do the bottom up work to establish कंपनी के पास कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेजेस है या नहीं, राइट? उसके बाद एक मजबूत फ्रेंचाइज है या नहीं जिसको कॉम्पिटिटर तोड़ नहीं सकता, राइट? तो जैसे मैंने 2016 में अनयूजुअल बिलियनर्स में समझाया, या उसके बाद आई थिंक दर्जनों पॉडकास्ट में समझाया, एशियन पेंट्स को तोड़ना बहुत मुश्किल है. आज की डेट में सेवरल कॉम्पिटिटर्स आर फाइंडिंग आउट कि एशियन पेंट से टक्कर लोगे तो बहुत मुश्किल रहता है पैसा बनाना, राइट? एंड दैट कॉन्स्टिट्यूट्स अ कॉम्पिटिटिव फ्रेंचाइज. प्रवेश करना पेंट में, या प्रवेश करना गिग जॉब्स के मार्केट में, प्रवेश करना NBFC में, बैंकिंग में, प्रवेश तो कोई भी कर सकता है, लेकिन कैन यू टेक ऑन द मार्केट लीडर जस्ट बाय कटिंग प्राइसेस एंड गेट मार्केट शेयर? कैन यू मेक मीनिंगफुल प्रोग्रेस? द आंसर इज, इफ द इनकम्बेंट, जो जमा हुआ खिलाड़ी है, उसके पास कॉम्पेरेटिव एडवांटेज है, दूसरों के लिए आना मुश्किल है. तो ये वाला पीस असेस करने के लिए थोड़ा काम करना पड़ता है. हमारे केस में हमारे एनालिस्ट इस पे लगे रहते हैं. अगर आप प्रोफेशनली एम्प्लॉयड इन IT या मीडिया या बैंकिंग या किसी और इंडस्ट्री में जहाँ पे आपका काम फुल टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है, तो आप ये काम मत कीजिए, बहुत मेहनत है इसमें. फाइंड अ फंड मैनेजर, वो म्यूचुअल फंड मैनेजर हो, PMS मैनेजर हो, राइट? फाइंड अ फंड मैनेजर हु डज दिस हार्ड यार्ड्स फॉर यू. सो द फनल बिकम्स, एज यू वर सेइंग देशना, क्लीन अकाउंट्स, अच्छी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, द स्ट्रॉन्ग फ्रेंचाइज, कंपेरेटिव एडवांटेजेस, एंड देन फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ द फनल ड्रॉप्स आउट द कॉफी कैन 12 से 24 हाई क्वालिटी स्टॉक्स.
Perfect. Thank you so much for explaining this. I'll move on to the next segment. This is something that I'm looking forward to. This is where I'll share some commonly held myths that hold back investors like me, and we often end up misjudging risk and opportunity. So what I'll do is I'll state a line that would be the myth. I'll give you a little context,
Hmm.
then we can talk about whether how would you think about it, which part of it is true or not, right?
Sure.
So the first one is one of my favorites as well. Real estate and gold are better than stocks and mutual funds,
Right. So
right?
देखिए
So थोड़ा context देती हूँ. Indian traditionally households, right? They yet prefer physical assets over virtual ones. And this is, I think, where it emanates this belief from, right? If we were to talk about how it has turned out in the last 10, 20 years and what trends are we expecting in the next immediate future of 5 to 7 years, I think it'll help us understand it a little better.
हाँ जी. सो क्या रहा है इंडिया में ट्रेडिशनली हाउस होल्ड्स का 90% पैसा रियल एस्टेट और गोल्ड पे लगा हुआ होता है. आज भी है मेरे ख्याल से. आज भी मोस्ट ऑफ योर फ्रेंड्स एंड रिलेटिव्स, माय फ्रेंड्स एंड रिलेटिव्स, 90% उनका पैसा रियल एस्टेट और गोल्ड में लगा हुआ है. इसकी वजह प्राइमरीली है सस्पिशन ऑफ द मार्केट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, राइट? सो most investors in India have either been scarred by the Harshad Mehta scam or the Ketan Parekh scam or whatever other scam, right? So it's only in the last 5-6 years that we've had a new generation of investors from your generation and younger, Deshna, जिनको scam और scandal की यादाश्त कम है, right? Your parents' generation, my parents' generation are inherently skeptical of the stock market. Most of my relatives believe stock market तो जुआ है, किसी भी समय लुट सकते हो आप, राइट? तो वो जो माइंडसेट है उसमें वैलिडिटी है. वी कांट सॉर्ट ऑफ से कि हर्षद मेहता स्कैम नहीं हुआ, लोग लुट लिए, बर्बाद हुए. वी कांट से केतन पारेख स्कैम नहीं हुआ, बिल्कुल हुआ था, लोग बर्बाद हुए थे, राइट? सो द मेमोरीज ऑफ द प्रीवियस स्कैम्स एंड स्कैंडल्स have meant that most people who have serious wealth, they don't really put serious money in the stock market, right? और काफ़ी बड़ा irony है, most people with serious wealth in India don't put serious money in the stock market. As younger investors come in, investors who do not have these traumatic memories of scams and scandals, I reckon that 90% number, 90% of Indian wealth being invested in gold and real estate, I think वो number घटेगा. And I think over the next 10 years, provided our regulators do a good job of keeping the market clean, I think over the next 10 years, there's a high possibility that rather than having 90% of wealth in gold and real estate, Indians end up putting only 80% in gold and real estate, right? That would roughly mean that somewhere around $1 trillion would flow into the Indian stock market over the next 10 years. I think the chances of that happening are reasonably high, right? So the historical returns of gold and real estate are actually nowhere comparable to the stock market since 1979. 79 से data है. Since 1979, the Sensex has given around 13%. Gold and real estate haven't really come remotely close to approaching that number. But gold and real estate, as I said, लोगों को भरोसा है because they can physically touch it. And therefore they believe भारत सरकार कुछ भी करे, सेबी कुछ भी करे, मेरा गोल्ड और रियल एस्टेट तो सुरक्षित है, इसी पे मेरा भरोसा है. I think that's a outdated notion that older investors have basis the scams and scandals they saw through their lives.
Right. So probably a couple of thoughts just coming onto it, like follow up, right? So when we see gold, for example, when you say 10% they might reduce and it'll flow into the stock market. Gold physical versus digital gold, right? Any trends there? Is it like, in my opinion, the idea
जो
physical नहीं.
जो लोग स्टॉक मार्केट से स्केप्टिकल है, राइट, वो डीमैट गोल्ड से भी स्केप्टिकल है. जिन लोगों को लगता है ये पूरा मोह माया है, ये सारे पीसेस ऑफ पेपर है, इसकी क्या अहमियत. A lot of the people who are skeptical of financial assets generally tend to be also skeptical of gold in a dematerialized format because they're देखो हमको क्या पता कि सच में हमको सोना मिलेगा जब हम ये पर्चा लेके जाएंगे, राइट? So whilst I think gold has merit as a diversification, as a diversifying investment in your portfolio, precious metals generally has merit as a way to diversify your portfolio. The skepticism around stocks, for the older generation, the skepticism around stocks also extends to skepticism around dematerialized gold. I understand their skepticism. I can see why they have it. I don't buy into it, but I think as the older generation fades away demographically and a younger cohort comes through, that skepticism of both the stock market and dematerialized gold, I think, will reduce.
Right, I think, yes. Understood. All right, I'll move on to the next myth. Financial advisors in India only exist to sell product and make commissions. I think this is something that I can also, I believed in for a long time till I had an opportunity to go deeper. But what's your take on that?
So look, I think there are two types of financial advisors basis the regulatory regime that SEBI has created. दो अलग अलग प्रकार के intermediaries हैं इंडिया में, right? So it's very important to be clear. There are two different types of intermediaries in India. One type of intermediary is a registered investment advisor, right? So उसको difficult exams pass करने पड़ते हैं, and by law the RIA cannot be paid by the manufacturer of the product. The RIA has to be paid by the client, right? So जो RIA है वो client के पक्ष में है, client के साथ काम कर रहा है, client उसे fees दे रहा है, and by law the RIA cannot be incentivized, cannot be gratified by the manufacturer, right? इसको कहते हैं registered investment advisor. करीबन 1100-1200 ऐसे इंडिया में हैं RIAs. Then the vast majority of intermediaries tend to be what's called mutual fund distributors, या कुछ लोग उनको वेल्थ मैनेजर्स भी बोलते हैं, कुछ लोग उनको फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर्स बोलते हैं, अलग अलग नाम से. द रेस्ट ऑफ द इकोसिस्टम के अलग अलग नाम हैं. म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स, वेल्थ मैनेजर्स, इंडिपेंडेंट एडवाइजर्स, there's lots of names. This ecosystem does get paid by the manufacturer. वो इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट का मैन्युफैक्चरर हो सकता है, वो म्यूचुअल फंड का मैन्युफैक्चरर हो सकता है, वो हम जैसे PMS का मैन्युफैक्चरर हो सकता है. So manufacturers like me, like Marcellus, we end up paying intermediaries a slice of our revenues, and therefore in that context it can be thought of as that the intermediary is representing the manufacturer's interest rather than the customer's interest, right? However, I've spoken to hundreds of these intermediaries. Let's call them wealth managers, and the wealth manager's view is, if I consistently sell to the client a product which is counterproductive for the client will figure out that I'm making a ullu out of her, and she will walk away, right? तो उस point of view में भी दम है that you can't fool all the people all the time, right? And therefore the wealth manager community believes that उनके business model में दम है, because they ultimately have to enrich the client for the client to stay loyal to them.
Right, but on the contrary, right, जैसे आपने बताया सिर्फ 1100 हैं. Latest data was, I think, 932 RIAs to serve a country of 18 crore people.
हाँ जी, तो
I think
कम है,
that's
and I think हमारे रेगुलेटर को कुछ करना चाहिए इसके बारे में. It's a tough exam. I gave the RIA exam, मेरा पसीना छूट गया था, right? मुझे तो लगा सेकंड एग्जाम में मैं फेल कर जाऊंगा. आई थिंक किसी ने, ऊपर वाले ने संभाल लिया मुझे, नहीं तो मुझे लगा फेल हो जाऊंगा सेकंड वाला एग्जाम. इट्स अ टफ एग्जाम, एंड आई स्टडीड फॉर दैट सेकंड एग्जाम. पहला वाला एग्जाम तो उतना पढ़ना नहीं पड़ा था. सो आई थिंक SEBI हैज़ टू डू समथिंग अबाउट दिस. थोड़ा RIA बनने का प्रोसेस अगर ईजियर बना दिया जाए, then the country will end up with more RIAs. I can see what SEBI is trying to do. SEBI बोल रहा है, मैं बार स्टैंडर्ड्स हाई कर देता हूँ. I'll keep the bar high. By keeping the bar high, I'll make sure that बिल्कुल फर्स्ट क्लास लोग ही RIA बन सकते हैं. But in the process, what's happening, Dishna, as you're rightly figuring out, is there simply aren't enough RIAs for a country our size.
right. About just to talk a little more about the wealth managers, right? Because we are such a huge population. The products that they sell are usually mutual funds and other funds which require to be invested for a certain period of time, right? So by the time, even if the churn is there, I don't think so it really matters to them, because they'll always find a new person to make ullu of. मेरा ऐसा मानना है. But is there something that you're like, अच्छा ठीक है, कुछ भी नहीं है तो अभी इनकी एडवाइस ले लो?
तो देखिए, धर्म युद्ध है. इस धर्म युद्ध में मेरी कोई अहमियत नहीं है बहुत कुछ बोलने की, बट इस धर्म युद्ध में, एज आई सेड, दोनों साइड्स है. वन साइड सेज द RIA is the real deal. The RIA is the trusted advisor to the ultimate investor, right? And the other side, the wealth manager side, says कि नहीं, RIA तो वैसे ही इंडिया में 950 हैं. There are so few that they are almost irrelevant. हम वेल्थ मैनेजर जो हम में से अच्छे वेल्थ मैनेजर हैं, वो क्लाइंट के पक्ष में ही काम कर रहे हैं. भले ही मैन्युफैक्चरर, म्यूचुअल फंड हाउस या इंश्योरर हमें पैसे दे रहा है, बट एक्चुअली हम क्लाइंट के इंटरेस्ट को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. So there are both sides in this Dharma Yudh. By the way, this Dharma Yudh plays out in every country, right? And it's incumbent on those people watching this podcast to figure out what works for you and find your your via media. Your some of you might say मेरा via media RIA है, मैं RIA के साथ ही काम करूंगा, मैं wealth manager के साथ बात नहीं करूंगा. Others might say नहीं यार, I don't want to pay the RIA, मेरे मेहनत की कमाई मैं RIA को देना नहीं चाहता, मैं मैन्युफैक्चरर को सीधे पैसे देता हूँ. Let me pay Marcellus the manufacturer. How much Marcellus pays the intermediary is Marcellus's headache.
Fair. I think it's a ecosystem where everyone has to coexist, at least today. Eventually, I'm hoping, like you said, SEBI relaxes the norms, more people get into RIs, and everyone is happy at the end. Yeah. All right, I'll move on to the next myth. Good investing is about finding the best product. Often most investors, everyone's looking for the best stock, best fund. How do you think one should look for this? Is there something called as the best product, first of all?
So I think the product which works for you, which helps you attain your wealth goals, is the best product for you. Now, what might be the best product for Deshna Jain might not be the best product for Saurabh Mukherjee. We are at different stages of our lives. We might have different priorities in life, and therefore that element of customization and what works for Saurabh, what works for Deshna, is bound to be an important part of your and my wealth journey, right? And this is where again I come back. If you're exceptionally skilled at this, that customization you can do, right? आजकल के देश में काफी स्टाइल है कि इंटरनेट पे जाओ, देखो बॉस बेस्ट म्यूचुअल फंड कौन सी है, राइट? 5 मिनट भी नहीं लगता, 2 मिनट में यू कैन फिगर आउट बेस्ट स्मॉल कैप म्यूचुअल फंड कौन सी है, वो खरीद लो और फिर आप सोचो कि मैं तो कमाल कर दिया, मैंने बेस्ट स्मॉल कैप म्यूचुअल फंड ले ली. बट यू हैव नॉट फिगर्ड आउट whether that best small cap mutual fund is actually appropriate for you. Does it help you progress towards your wealth goals, right? So if your wealth goal is that 2 years from now your bacha will go to university in USA, I'm not so sure putting money in a small cap mutual fund today with a 2-year investment goal in mind is necessarily a very clever idea, right? So that aspect, right, looking at the ecosystem of products available, then figuring out what is best for Deshna Jain's requirements has to be done in a conscious, thoughtful way. Some people might be able to use AI for that, but I still use human judgment for that. That's where an RIA or a wealth manager, depending on which school of thought you're inclined towards, will be useful. And say, for example, in my case, many years ago, I realized if the bachas are going to go abroad, I should be investing at least half my money in global funds, right? So 5 साल पहले मैंने सिलसिला शुरू किया. मेरे वाइफ ने हमारा काफ़ी सारा पैसा इंडिया से निकाल के हमने ग्लोबल फंड्स में डाल दिया, बिकॉज वी रियलाइज हमारे ज़िंदगी में सबसे बड़े खर्चे अगले 10 साल में विल बी फीस फॉर आवर बच्चास टू स्टडी अब्रॉड, राइट? हैविंग अ लोकल स्मॉल कैप म्यूचुअल फंड is not necessarily going to help us pay the fees for our children to study in UK or USA.
Right. So I'm just going to follow up this with my understanding, right? It's like you said, it's not a blanket answer that this fund is best. It depends on your own goals, your own priorities, and you need to make a conscious decision. If I were to pick the top 5 variables that anyone thinking about doing this today after listening to you, what would be the top 5 variables to factor in? One would be time.
I think straight with age. I would say age rather than time, right? Because they're linked, but I think age is the better way to think about it. दूसरा है what type of expenditure do you have in mind? What type of life goals, rather, let's put it, what type of life goals do you have in mind? If your life goal, if you're, say, my age, closer to retirement than to the beginning of your career, and your life goals are around retirement and बच्चों की पढ़ाई, then a very different type of investments are good for you compared to someone who's, say, 30 years old and still has 30 years of life left, where they'll pay for a house, they'll pay for retirement, बच्चों की फीस, शायद बच्चों की शादी के पैसे, and so on and so forth, right? So age, your investment goals. Thirdly, your risk appetite, right? कुछ लोगों को रात को नींद आती है अगर उनको हर दिन उनका पोर्टफोलियो ऊपर जाते दिखे, और कुछ लोगों को रात को नींद आती है अगर उनको अपने पोर्टफोलियो में डबल डिजिट कंपाउंडिंग दिखे, राइट? इफ यू आर समवन हु वांट्स बोथ, देन आई थिंक यू नीड टू रियली इंट्रोस्पेक्ट हार्ड. अगर आपको हर रोज पोर्टफोलियो आगे जाते हुए दिखे एंड आपको डबल डिजिट रिटर्न चाहिए, शायद आपके लिए थोड़ा दिक्कत रहे. बट रिस्क एपेटाइट एज मेजर्ड इन दोज प्रैक्टिकल टर्म्स will be a third driver. Fourth will be what sort of resources do you, your spouse, your family already have, right? So in our country, we are very fortunate. We have some people living in a joint family ecosystem, some people living in a nuclear family ecosystem, right? And I found that that has a massive bearing. And finally, आपकी जो कमाई है, आपकी जो इनकम है, उसमें कितनी वेरिएबिलिटी है. So if you're a small business owner like I am, my income, rightly or wrongly, is far more variable than someone holding down a senior job in, say, a firm like TCS, right? TCS का जो बंदा है, उसकी पे में वेरिएबिलिटी मच लोअर देन सौरभ मुखर्जी के पे में वेरिएबिलिटी है, राइट? So there are multiple dimensions, but I think these five would cover 80% of the variability in risk appetite, in time horizons, in investment preferences across people.
Absolutely. I think that adds a lot of value to someone who's thinking about it, starting to think about it today. So, yes, I'll move on to the next myth. You need to time the market to make money, right? Most of the dinner conversations I've been a part of, someone or the other is always saying that I'm waiting for the right time to start investing. इसके बारे में, what is fundamentally right or wrong about thinking about timing the market?
So I think part of it is wishful thinking. Part of it is wishful thinking in the sense that because saving money has a lot of similarities with going to the gym, right? Saving money has a lot of similarities with going to the gym. And there's a degree of sacrifice involved, right? If you only go to the gym, you're giving up pleasure now for being fitter in the longer run. If you're saving money now, you're giving up gratification now for longer term wealth creation, right? So that aspect of having to take near-term pain for long-term gain results in wishful thinking, both on going to the gym and on saving. So a lot of this, I'm waiting for the right time, comes from very similar to जो मेरे साथ हर रोज सुबह होता है. मैं 5 बजे उठता हूँ. By around 5:20 I try to convince myself, यार आज अगर जिम ना जाऊँ तो बेस्ट ही होगा, राइट? नहीं तो पता नहीं बॉडी में ज़्यादा लोड आ रहा है, कोई इंजरी ना हो जाए, राइट? एंड आई गो थ्रू दिस धर्म संकट एवरी डे. एंड देन अराउंड 5:50 आई कन्विंस माई सेल्फ, नहीं कल भी मुझे ऐसा लगा था, परसों भी लगा था, आई नीड टू गो टू द जिम, आई कांट प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट लाइक दिस. बट ये एक सेविंग्स में भी होता है. इस साल शायद राइट टाइम नहीं है सेविंग्स करने का. ट्रम्प तो कुछ भी कर सकता है, राइट, अगले 5 मिनट में. तो इस साल रहने देते हैं, जब ट्रम्प वाली सिचुएशन हट जाए तब हम देखेंगे, राइट? एंड आई गो थ्रू दैट एवरी डे, राइट? व्हेन आई कॉल अप माई क्लाइंट्स, नहीं सर इस साल हम अमेरिका में निवेश नहीं कर रहे क्योंकि ट्रम्प है. अगले साल कोई और होगा, तो हम निवेश करेंगे नहीं. हम जो हमारी कंफर्ट जोन में उसमें रहेंगे. सो पार्ट ऑफ इट इज दैट. द अदर पार्ट इज दिस नोशन दैट अगर बिल्कुल जब मार्केट घुस जाएगी मार्केट, in a market crash, I'll be loading up on the stock market, right? I'll be loading up. And if I'm not loading up, Deshna certainly will call, or Saurabh will call, or better still, Saurabh will come on broadcast TV and tell me to load up on the market when the market is completely smashed. तब मैं अपनी जमा पूंजी मार्केट में लगाऊंगा, बिल्कुल बॉटम ऑफ द साइकिल, एंड बिल्कुल टॉप ऑफ द साइकिल में एग्जिट मारूंगा, राइट? बिकॉज इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है. 2000 में मैं घुसा था, 2007 में टॉप ऑफ द साइकिल निकला था, इसलिए तो मैं आज ज़िंदगी में इस मकाम पे पहुंचा हूँ. सो दैट हैज़ एलिमेंट्स ऑफ नैरेटिव फॉलोसी इन इट. यू लुक एट द पास्ट एंड यू नरेट द पास्ट इन अ फॉलेशियस वे टू कन्विंस योर सेल्फ कि जब मार्केट घुसेगी, ए आपको खबर आएगी कि मार्केट अब क्रैश्ड है, बॉटम है, and B, at the bottom you'll have the courage to deploy money. In reality, neither of those two will be happening, and you'll be using those excuses to postpone the day of investment till broadly retirement is upon you.
Right, and I'll just supplement this with a little data for our viewers. That right time, right? Someone who stayed invested, I found this to be a very interesting fact when I was researching upon this. Someone who stayed invested for a period of time made an annualized return about 12 to 13%. If you missed the best 10 days, your returns dropped to 8%. If you missed the best 15 days, again it dropped to 5%. And if you missed the best 30 days, right, all your returns would be negligible. So this was very powerful as a reminder for me as well. Personally, I thought it made a lot of sense.
But Deshna,
I was
the,
also
the market timers are never going to miss the 30 days. So market timer जो है उसको पता होगा कि आज मैं घुसूंगा अभी 30 वो वन ऑफ द मैजिक 30 days are coming. मैं उसी दिन लोड अप करूंगा अगले दिन निकाल दूंगा. So in the world of market timers, they're never missing out on the 30 days. So it's just like my going to the gym. That the day I don't want to go to the gym is the day my body can't take it, and the days I go to the gym, the few days I go to the gym, is when my body is in ideal condition to take it. So it's a form of wishful thinking for which other than overcoming the pain that comes from making a near term investment, there is no other solution. So बच्चों के लिए इसको कहते हैं बच्चों के लिए इसको कैंडी टेस्ट कहते हैं. सो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग साइकोलॉजिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट है. अराउंड 40 years ago it was done, where psychologists did a series of experiments and they established that the main indicator of whether a बच्चा will be successful in later life is, आप उसके सामने चॉकलेट रख दीजिए, कैंडी बोलते हैं अमेरिका में, कमरा बंद कर दीजिए और देखिए कितना देर द बच्चा कैन सिट विदाउट ईटिंग द कैंडी. And what they found remarkably was the longer the bacha can sit without eating the candy, the more successful he or she is later on in life. उसके पढ़ाई के grades, उसकी IQ, उसकी माँ बाप की IQ, which school the बच्चा goes to, none of those had any predictive power. The only predictive power was the ability to postpone gratification. So निवेश के क्षेत्र में भी यही चीज़ लागू होता है. जो व्यक्ति gratification को postpone कर सकता है वो फिर जिम में भी सक्सेसफुल होता है, क्रिकेट में भी सक्सेसफुल होता है, चेस में भी सक्सेसफुल होता है और निवेश में भी सक्सेसफुल होता है.
तो इसके बारे में मैं थोड़ी और बात करना चाहूँगी. ठीक है, जो मार्केट टाइम करते हैं उनका कुछ एक पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट या कुछ होता है. जैसे मैं जिनकी बात कर रही हूँ, दीज आर लाइक एवरीडे सैलरीड प्रोफेशनल्स. आई एम नॉट सो श्योर इफ दे आर ट्रैकिंग द मार्केट्स एज क्लोजली.
And yet you are saying that in spite of not tracking the market, they have this desire to time the market.
Yes, the noise around, right? A lot of information is being thrown at you. You start reacting to it, right? Like you said, delaying gratification, yes, but that it's so susceptible. We are so susceptible to falling for that noise also. You might not be looking at each chart. In my head, the persona is people who are not into the market as much, but yet want to react or often end up reacting.
Yeah, so I can see where you're coming from, that they end up getting exposed to market noise. उनको लगता है ट्रम्प ने क्या बोला और RBI ने क्या किया, उनको लगता है उसमें सिग्नल है, उसमें एक्चुअली सिग्नल नहीं है, वो नॉइज है. But they end up mistaking the signal from the noise. And I can see it is a challenging problem for people who are involved in stressful, busy jobs in other spheres of life, and they end up believing that what they're reading in the newspaper or watching on TV or on social media has somehow some profound signaling value when it actually doesn't. So there is a signal and a value. There's a signal and a value extraction issue, and I can see why some people get swayed by that. Whereas I was focusing on the delayed gratification wala issue. You're saying there's also a mental processing issue around processing news and realizing this is noise, not a signal. Yeah, so fair point. I hadn't sussed that out.
All right. Now that you've helped us bust these myths, as closing remarks, if someone's hearing you for the first time, me for the first time, what would be top 3 things that they should do while building their portfolio and 3 things that they shouldn't do?
I think the first thing to do for whoever's watching, if you want to have a happy life in India, sit down with a financial advisor, identify your life goals, and build a simple plan to hit those goals over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever the horizon be, right? So पहली चीज़ I think वो अहम है इंडिया में, financial advisor ढूंढिए, life goals identify कीजिए, figure out how much money you need to save over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years to hit those goals, right? The second thing is, start implementing that plan. Maybe if not in totality, implement the plan. And the third thing is, as you do all of this, just try to keep 3 things in mind. Keep your costs of investing low, right? Kharcha kam kijiye, because the more expensive your investments are, the harder it will be for you to reach the goal. सेकेंडली डाइवर्सिफाई कीजिए, राइट? कुछ इंडिया कीजिए, कुछ विदेश कीजिए, कुछ एक्विटीज़ कीजिए, कुछ प्रेशस मेटल्स कीजिए, कुछ लार्ज कैप कीजिए, कुछ स्मॉल कैप कीजिए. वॉट यू शुड अवॉइड इज सेइंग अरे स्मॉल कैप चलिए लास्ट 5 साल में सारी ज़िंदगी की जमा पूंजी डाल देता हूँ इंडियन स्मॉल कैप्स में और फिर मंदिर जाके प्रार्थना करता हूँ. दैट्स नॉट इन्वेस्टिंग, दैट्स स्पेक्यूलेशन, राइट? सो कीप कॉस्ट लो, keep diversification high, and lastly, as you begin this journey, stay patient, right? Time लगता है, just like overnight you can't become fit. Overnight you and I are not going to look like Brad Pitt, right? But अगर आप मेहनत करो तो इन्वेस्टमेंट में भी सक्सेस मिलती है. अगर आप मेहनत करो मेरे ख्याल से जिम में जाके भी फ़ायदा होता है, बट टाइम लगता है. Just like the human body, your portfolio will take time and effort and investment to bear fruit. समय दीजिए, कम से कम 3 साल दीजिए. आई वुड सजेस्ट मोर अप्रोप्रिएट भी 5 साल का समय दीजिए. यू विल सी योर पोर्टफोलियो मूविंग टुवर्ड्स फुलफिलिंग योर लाइफ गोल्स.
And 3 things absolutely not to do.
Don't try to do whatever is the flavor of the season. So as I said, a lot of people are doing small and mid cap. I think they're going to repent it. The amount of small and mid cap money that has gone into the Indian market over the last 4 years is unhealthy, and don't fall into that trap. Secondly, don't just have one instrument, put all your eggs in one basket. And as I said, do a lot of pratna, because that's not going to work. If you have all your eggs in one basket, sooner or later will come back to bite you. Ask me, I know I did it once, and I still regret doing it. And thirdly, don't try to do DIY. Find an advisor. वो आप RIA चुनो या wealth manager चुनो, मैं आपके ऊपर छोड़ता हूँ. Find an advisor, take professional help. It will make a big difference to your returns in the long run.
Perfect. I think beautifully said. Thank you so much, Saurabh, for spending time with us and help us separate investment mythology from investment wisdom.
Thank you
It's
so much.
great to have you, and thank you.
Thanks, Deshna. Thanks for hosting me. Thank you.